people.
Sure, Mark. Oh, this thing keeps moving as I do it, though. Try it. There we go. Make co-host. Bobby Smith in. And we're really at risk today, Deborah, because I didn't send you a copy of my slides in case my connection goes down. So I'm glad my connection is working today.
Yeah, the reason he's saying, hey, Deborah, the reason he's saying that we're at risk is because he knows that I'll take over and just starts talking. And
that's exactly what he meant.
We're at real risk.
Well, the train goes way off the rails.
Hey, by the way,
close that one.
Deborah set up this meeting this morning that we had that was just tremendous for a solution. We'll be meeting with her again next
I'm recording.
On March 9th. And this is somebody we want to introduce Bruce to. That's all the information I'm going to give you, but Bruce, you're going to like this. So it's really good. It'll go under Bruce's umbrella.
I was going to say, I was looking for the mute button, Mark, but I couldn't find it quick enough.
Mute us all. Can't take any chances. And to be
all
clear,
about QR codes.
Yes.
Jeff, is there a way with a QR code or something like that where somebody can scan and it'll import the contact information, or is it just a URL redirect?
Yeah, it's just a redirect.
Okay.
Pretty static kind of thing.
Right. We are getting to that time. I'm going to give it a few more seconds, and then we will get going, guys.
I just want to introduce a gentleman. His name is Pace. He is an amazing individual. I met him on Clubhouse, and he is an amazing technology guru. I invited him in here to see what we have going on, and he is passionate about nonprofits, and he is actually a nonprofit. Correct, Case? And maybe afterwards he could introduce himself and what his nonprofit is and what amazing things he's doing in his world. So just
yeah, sounds great.
So I'll be myself.
Sounds good. Hey, David Walker, I see you put awesome in here. I'm not sure what was awesome. You want to clarify?
The QR code.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Everybody, how's everybody doing?
Doing great. Doing great.
Awesome.
I hope everybody got the reminder today for the meeting, because in there we put a link or just a notice of the new promotional video that we have on the website. For the members that are here today, you probably have not seen it because it just was uploaded this morning. It's a great tool for you guys to use to send out to prospective customers. It's not a sales.
Connect back to the Zoom. Okay, there we go.
What we are, who we are, and why we are. It's so professional, so great. Micah just did a great job on this. And have somebody watch that. And if it doesn't create interest, then just go to the next person, because it really tells a professional story.
Here we go.
Go ahead and hit the record button because it's no longer on my screen.
Sure. I'll do it.
And as soon as that does pops up, I'll get started.
I'm hitting it now. Here we go.
There we go. Thank you. Is it working?
All right. Did it go yet?
Yeah, you couldn't hear my sound when I said it, but yeah, it's recording to the cloud.
Okay, great. Well, welcome everyone.
Wait, Steve, it says unable to start cloud recording.
Recording in progress.
Go ahead.
All right. Now I think we're good.
Now we got it.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Steve Muckensnabel, Solveres CEO. We have obviously the founder here, Mark Samus, and several of our VPs. Today's going to be kind of a fun presentation. I don't know, fun, maybe boring, maybe not boring. We'll see. But if you are a current business owner or if you're looking to be your own business owner, I put together this little kind of becoming an entrepreneur. It sets up some expectations of what you really need to do and the tools that you need to have to run your business successfully. So if you decide to work with Solveres, we can show you how to do that. So I'll go ahead and go through this. A couple housekeeping things. Please mute your microphones. But go ahead and keep your videos on. We'd like to see the happy smiling faces. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll try to address them either during the presentation or after the presentation. Don't share links if you would in the chat. This isn't meant to be a networking opportunity right now. And if you're a guest, if you haven't already, please go ahead and put your name and the sponsor or the person who invited you into the chat there, and as well as where you're from. We'd like to kind of track that. And here we go. So one of the questions some people may have is, why start a business? It sounds kind of scary, kind of risky, a lot of work, but there are some particular benefits. And so I'll go through some here. There's tax benefits. You can write things off for things that you already purchased. The computer you're on, office materials that you have, your vehicle, if you use a vehicle in conjunction with your business, or
Something happened.
Steve, you are frozen. I am so excited. Steve, try it again.
All right. Can you see me now?
I got you now. Yeah. Steve, unfortunately, you are frozen. So I'm going to jump in and just talk for a little bit. And Steve, when you come back in, you're welcome to take back over. But I'm going to, Steve, can you stop sharing? Okay. Anyway, hi, everybody. I'm Mark Samus, the founder of the company. I formed this corporation about 6 years ago, and we are not a startup. We've invested a lot of time and treasure in getting this right. The company, I'll talk briefly about that. Steve, if you're, I can talk for 3 hours on this, but if you're back, you want to try to give it a go?
I'm going to try it again, but I'm not going to go full screen. That seems to mess me up.
Okay.
All right. So tell me if I freeze up again. How are we doing so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. So I'll just scroll through these guys. Sorry about that. The benefits of starting your own business, tax benefits. You guys, hopefully I went through all of those. You can write things off that you're already purchasing: computers, cars, portions of your home. You can build a business without quitting your day job. You have control of your environment. You have control of your time. You can build a financial legacy for your family. And one thing that a lot of people don't even think about even when they own a business is your business is an asset that you can sell. So as you're growing your business, you need to make sure you have systems and processes in place that somebody else can see value in it, purchase it, and step in and take your spot. Go with the wrong direction. Okay. What are some of the options when you start a business? One, you can create your own product or service. You can buy a franchise, and you can sell somebody else's products and services and receive a commission. And I'll go through these individually, some of the pros and cons. So pros and cons of creating your own business. One, you're the boss. If you have your own business, you have control, like I said, of your environment, your time. And I put, or do you? Because sometimes a lot of people get into the business and they're really good at the skills needed for that business, but they're not good at working on their business as an owner and all the different functions. And so a lot of times people just get consumed by that and lose total control of their time. Some of the negatives, it's not turnkey. You're recreating the wheel. It takes time to set up. It can mean a substantial investment to get started, and it's very high risk. And let's see, buying a franchise, pros and cons. The nice thing about a franchise is it's a proven model, and it's a higher likelihood of success. You're not recreating the wheel; you're taking somebody else's wheel and copying it. You have support and marketing materials, so those are a lot of times things that, again, it takes a lot of time, a lot of skill to create those, and most franchises have all that available. And then, of course, the plug and play systems, which are critical to any business. Some of the negatives, it's usually a high investment cost to purchase a franchise. And a lot of times you have ongoing franchise fees. And then you must stay within the parameters as dictated by that franchise. There's a lot of business. I've got a gym that I go to, and it's anytime fitness. Well, there's only certain equipment that they can put in there, only certain classes that they can do, because they're controlled by the franchisor. Now, what about selling another company's products and services? This is the one I really like for a lot of reasons, but a couple are: one, it's very low startup cost, and there's very low risk because of the startup cost. There are a couple downsides. Usually, a lot of these affiliate type programs is you have a single product or a single line of product, or it's within a single industry. So you're kind of in a niche market there. You don't have a variety of different products that you can sell. And it's not a great model to build a team. You're typically on your own with that type of scenario. It's not a multi-level networking marketing type scenario. And you're still essentially on your own. So what are some of the things that you need to run a business? And these are things that people need to think about before they dive in. You need a product or a service that people need or want. And it's important to have both the need and want, because a lot of times when you're an expert at what you do, let's just say it's nutrition and fitness, you may know that people need good, wholesome food that they cook on their own to have all of the vitamins, all of the minerals, a very well-rounded nutrition. But that's not necessarily what people want. They may want something that's very instant. They want to buy a bottle with pills in it, and that's how they get their nutrition. And so it can be very difficult to sell somebody on whole food, where they got to take the time to prepare their meals, cook the food, deal with leftovers, when what they really want is convenience. So you have to think about that when you're determining what product to sell. And then you need a marketing plan. Okay, that again, one of the biggest reasons businesses fail is education, but that is in how to develop their own marketing plan. You need fulfillment capacity. So as you grow your business, you need to be able to handle the influx of the customers that you're going to get. Scalability. So once you do get that little magic formula on bringing customers in and servicing them, you need to be able to duplicate that. And of course, you're going to want customer service. It's not just about getting them in, having them sign a contract, get the sale. You do need to follow up and have good customer service in any company. You may need licenses and certifications. You also need to be able to track receivables and expenses. I know that sounds fairly simple, but a lot of people don't think that when you own a business, you really got to learn a little bit about tax law. You got to learn a little bit about accounting, at least at a very fundamental level, to run it appropriately. And then, of course, you need tools to implement and manage these functions. It's not like the good old days where you can just kind of get in there with a bare bones type of tools. You need to be able to utilize technology to really grow your business. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about marketing, and here's some marketing basics to be successful. And this 6 phases, I guess you could say, are pretty much consistent with any company. Sometimes different coaches will label them differently, but this is essentially the things that you want to think about. The first thing you want is what's called a market dominating position. You've also heard it as a unique selling proposition. I like market dominating position, but this is something that you have to decide, what is it that sets you apart from anybody else that is doing a similar business to you? Is it the service? Is it the product? Is it the method that you deliver those things? And that, whatever you come up with as a market dominating position, should go through all of your marketing. So when I was doing a business coach, our market dominating position would be something like, I help business owners double their revenue in 12 months without spending an additional dollar on marketing and advertising. And so that when you say something like that, say you're up at a networking event and somebody says, what do you do? And I say, this is what I do. That market dominating position is going to really ask the other person, go, whoa, well, how do you do that? And then you follow up with another little 15, 30-second pitch on more in-depth information about your company and what you do to back up what you said in your market dominating position. All right, so now the next 5 phases are really the nuts and bolts of your business. You have lead generation. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in these. Lead generation, lead nurture, lead conversion, fulfillment, and then you have the renew, cross-sell, and upsell. So let's talk about lead generation. What is that? This is where a lot of other businesses have struggled. Is they have a great product, they might have great customer support, but they don't have a way to get the contacts or the leads into their funnels. And so they got to think about things like ad and post content, lead magnets, landing pages, lead capture systems, and of course you can advertise as well. Now, lead nurture, again, is another place where people fail because they focus so much on getting the leads in, but stats show that only about 2 to 4% of the leads that come into your funnel are ready to buy at that time. So then what do you do with everybody else that didn't purchase your product or your service at that time? You need to nurture those leads. And you need to use email drip campaigns. You need to use shareables and invites. Shareables might be links to videos, links to other flyers, information that you send out in your drip campaigns. Invite them to different events. And the goal is to build rapport and credibility and to educate the prospect until such time that they're ready to go, you know what, I really need this type of service or this product. Who do I go get it from? And you should be on the top of their list. Now, lead conversion, or the sale, if you will, that happens during like company presentations. In network marketing, it happens a lot during the 3-way calls. And then it could also be in other types of materials that you send out to them. It could be videos, a webinar. They should all have at some point a call to action or an offer that's made to them. And then fulfillment. So you finally made the sale, you converted the lead into a customer. Now comes the work, right? You have to provide the service or deliver the product. You need to provide training on whatever you've given them. Even let's just say it's a pair of shoes. Maybe you're sending follow-up emails to them on how to maintain the shoes, how to protect the shoes, how to best use your shoes. Probably not a great example. And then that's a great time to also request feedback on what you're doing. One, it's going to help you improve your business. You don't want to hear that everything is, unicorns and rainbows. You want to hear the things that you can improve upon. But also it builds a little bit of rapport with the customer saying, hey, these guys care enough about what they're doing that they're willing to put themselves out and ask for feedback on the product and service that they're providing. Now, renew, cross-sell, and upsell. This is a place where a lot of businesses look past potential revenues that are just sitting there and waiting there for them simply because they don't ask. All right. And so this would be an example where you can offer a complimentary product or service. The example would be is if you walked into McDonald's and you ordered a Big Mac and they said, yes, sir, would you like a Coke with that? Okay. That would be a cross-sell. And then you have an offer of an upgraded version of what you purchased. So you say, hey, I'd like a Big Mac. They say, would you like a Coke with that? That's the cross sale. Yes, I'd love a Coke. Great. Would you like to supersize it? That's your upsell. And so you need to look in places in your business where you can offer a different version of your product or a complementary product. And we'll talk more about how Solveres does that. And that's one of the reasons when I mentioned that when you're selling other people's products, sometimes it's limiting because you may only have one product. And now you don't have an opportunity to renew, cross-sell, and upsell. All right, some basic tools needed for your success. And I've had several different businesses in different industries. And when you look back, I look at all of these tools and go, wow, they are perfect for any of the businesses that I had. And with technology now, it's advanced that it's pretty simple to get these tools. But some of the things you need are a website, clearly, well-designed site. You need landing pages. A website is just kind of a big brochure. A landing page has a very specific purpose with a call to action. And so you don't want to rely on your web page to sell your product. It's more informational. You want to rely on the landing pages. And then, of course, you want to be able to create forms and things like surveys so you can collect leads. You need a really good CRM. There's a ton of CRMs out there, but you want a very robust CRM. A virtual meeting platform. Obviously, since COVID, everybody's doing things on a virtual meeting platform. And so I highly suggest anybody get that so they can go ahead and meet with prospects or clients, customers, and you can do it nationally. A webinar software would be a great tool to have, not a must, but it's a great tool. This presentation essentially could be considered a webinar where we do a little bit of an education. We're able to collect people's emails. We didn't do that in this process, but if you set it up right, you would collect people's emails, and then they can go into your drip campaign. And of course, you need to think about social media channels. Even if you're not a big social media person, it's a great way to build organic leads. And then, of course, if you want to advertise, so social media channels, and social media software management to streamline that process. It can be extremely time consuming to be posting on all of those channels on a daily basis. What tools do we like in Solveres? So I'm going to share a couple to maybe make your life easier if you're looking for any of these tools. But Go High Level is one of the most popular CRMs out there right now. It is extremely robust. It's very cost effective. For what it does, a lot of the competitors, you're going to be paying $200 to $400 a month for Go High Level. The best version to get that with all of the features in it is $97 a month. Another program that we utilize and like is NowSite. NowSite, it will say it's a CRM. It has some functions. It's not as robust as Go High Level. You can build landing pages in NowSite. Again, it's not as functional, but what's really nice about NowSite is it's a lead generation program. It's a huge database of millions and millions and millions of contacts that you can go in there and set your specific search criteria and pull your contacts right into your database. And then from there, you can actually message people and follow up with them and schedule the follow-ups. And then when you have a hot contact or a hot lead that you want to put in your drip campaign, you can transfer it over to your CRM. I'll talk a little bit more about these in detail. Meetin is a virtual meeting platform. And so feel free to go to any of those sites and you can check them out. So Go High Level features. You can create websites, landing pages, forms, surveys, multiple calendars. In fact, a good friend of mine who has a fishing charter service in Florida, he was looking at different ways for people to be able to book online and all the different plugins and things. And then he got together with a virtual assistant from the same company we use, and they did the whole thing through Go High Level. So he has an automated booking system that he set up using Go High Level. So it's pretty powerful. Of course, you can do mass emails, text messages, ringless, or what they call sometimes drop voicemail. That's a great feature. You don't have to call the prospect. You can put a voicemail in your automated drip campaign, and it will leave a message on their phone without bothering them and ringing the phone. Pipelines, a lot of times people have to purchase another pipeline software. You can build those right into Go High Level. And there's a ton more stuff in there. NowSite, I think I covered NowSite fairly thoroughly already, but the version of NowSite that we offer, you can't even purchase on their site. So we offer the $49.95 version. It's called the marketing plan. But in our version, our customers get 100 leads per month automatically in that software. So if you're looking for something to help generate leads, you might want to consider that. If you do the math, that's 50 cents a lead, everyone, and you can't do any advertising really and get 50 cents a lead. Typically when I had some fitness centers and martial arts schools, it was about 20 bucks a lead on average that we ended up paying. So again, you cannot purchase this version on NowSite. You can only get this through us. Meetin. Feel free at some point when you get a chance, go to meetin.com and take a look at it. We've been looking at this for several months now. I've been using it for a while. It is an extremely robust and full-featured online meeting platform, especially if you're marketing and working and you're a business owner. There's a lot of tools and widgets on there that Zoom just does not have. And if you want certain features like webinars and so forth for Zoom, you have to keep paying more and more and more. So Zoom then gets really expensive. Meetin has just been a great tool. We're actually going to start doing our presentations on Meetin next week. So it'll be a little different format when you guys come and join us. And side note, make sure that you're not using the same link when you come in on Tuesday, because we'll have a Meetin link on the calendar. All right, so as you can see, there is a lot to do and a lot to think about to start and continually manage your business. How can Solveres help with this? So we're going to give you a couple options here. First off, when we talked about products, when you're going to affiliate with someone and sometimes you're limited with products, Solveres is really unique. We have a lot of solutions. I was looking at my spreadsheet today, and if you broke up the different price plans we have for the different options, there's a total of about 30 solutions. And we have more onboarding. We have some coming in next week. And so probably every 2 weeks at the least, we're going to be having another solution come on board. And these are going to be solutions that are plug and play. You speak with someone and they go, yeah, I'm interested in that. They can go right on the site and purchase it. So for example, right now we have senior solutions, which involves about 4 other different solutions. We have nonprofit funding, final expense insurance, real estate sales, real estate financing, discount travel, solar installations. We have the Solveres Academy, which is an online personal and business development platform where we host courses there. So we have some courses on there, but we also have members that are looking to put their own courses on there. I think I saw Eddie on the call here. He's going to have his options course on that platform, which I am really excited about. We have ERC funding, next gen real estate investing. And if you haven't done that program, that's an amazing program. Another way for you to increase your income and generate long-term residual income using that program. We have life insurance programs, again, senior services, prescription drug programs, discount health programs, and affordable health share. We just launched the Impact Share last week, I guess. And it's available now to our solution representatives. You just go to your back office, click on it, and you can get comparisons for your health insurance. For all of these solutions, guys, there's no licenses required for this, even though we have real estate solutions and insurance solutions, which typically you would need a license for. You don't need a license because you're just bringing the customer together with our professionals, and they will provide the services for you. And many of these solutions will provide residual income. So what are some options that we can help you as Solveres? Is one, you could become a Solveres Solutions representative, or what we call an SR. And what's that cost? It costs a one-time investment, not monthly, not annually or anything like that. It's a one-time investment of $189.95. And then there is a monthly investment of $29.95 to help maintain your back office. What do you get? You receive discounted access to all of our solutions. And when we launched our new memberships, the variations of the membership, depending on what level of membership you come in, you get a deeper discount in many of our solutions. So at this level, you get one discount. If you go in as a pro level, you might get a little bit higher discount. You'll get a license to promote all of our solutions and receive commissions. You'll get a personal virtual storefront, and then you'll have a back office to manage your business. And you'll have access to our robust compensation plan. And of course, a built-in e-wallet so you can receive your commissions. And of course, we have support and training. We have the training portal that we have. We're going to have weekly mastermind sessions for the pro members. So you do have support. And of course, anybody has questions, we have a support ticket system. And most of our VPs are fairly available if you need to get a hold of them. Okay. The next level is if you want to step up, you can go to our Solutions Rep Pro membership and also receive the popular full-featured CRM, the Go High level one that I talked about. So you guys do the math as I'm going through this because I talked about the pricing. But you'll get Go High level to create your websites, landing page, forms, surveys, multiple calendars. You don't need Calendly, mass emails, SMS, ringless voicemail, pipelines, and there's a bunch more. You'll get access to Meetin. So that's, I call it the upcoming star of the virtual meeting products. We actually met with the founder of Meetin today, and they're doing a lot of things just to make it better. And that's about $10 a month for the version we give you. There's another version if you want more features, but the $9.95 one is pretty robust. And then, of course, you'll get our Now site, or what we call our AI lead generation software, with the 100 leads free. All right, so the only version you get, and that's valued at $49.95. And then, of course, you'll get your weekly business coaching or our mastermind sessions. So again, if you do the math, this is a one-time investment of $189.95 and $79.95 per month. If you added these up, it's about $140 per month that you would pay for those tools if you were running another business. And again, I've run businesses. I used to pay more than that, more than the 140 just for like Infusionsoft or one of those high-level CRMs. And if you think about it, you can come into Solveres, even if you didn't want to share Solveres solutions, for $79.95, you get access to all of those other technologies. And we did that intentionally to help make this a no-brainer for you guys. And now, here's some questions to ask yourself. Are you right for Solveres? So, do you like to help people with the benefit of making income? And we put that in that order. Our focus is on people and relationship. The byproduct of us helping people is generating revenues for ourselves. Are you serious about making a substantial change to your lifestyle? Now, that's whether it's a few $100 to pay a car bill or extra bills that you may have, or if you want to create a life-changing long-term residual income. Can you avoid implementing sleazy, cheesy, and dishonest sales practices? That's a huge pet peeve of mine. I know a lot of times there's some people that are, quote, great salespeople. They were super good at their job, but it's sleazy, cheesy, and misleading. And we really want to discourage people from that. We want to focus on helping people and sharing solutions, not selling them. Do you want to be a part of a growing community of like-minded people who value character, integrity, and personal development while making a positive impact? And that may sound kind of like idealistic, guys, but that really is our focus. When you start getting into the community and meeting the leadership within Solveres, you will find that we all think a lot like that. That is our priority, is helping people. And then lastly, will you dedicate a small amount of time consistently in order to reach your personal and business goals? If you said yes to all of these questions, then you may want to consider joining the Solveres Nation and become part of our family. And lastly, we got some great mugshots of our family here. Of course, you've seen Mark Samus. We've got his picture from, what is that, 20 years ago, Mark? I'm not sure. I need to put mine up there from that. And then, of course, we have all of our talented executive team down here, who many of them are on the video today. So that is it. Thank you for attending. I am going to go ahead and stop share, and then I'd like to open this up to questions for at least at first to the guests that are here for the first time. If they have any questions on what I covered, we'd be happy to open it up. Go ahead and raise your virtual hand if you would, or raise your hand just so we can avoid the lag and jumping in.
Great job, Steve. I love the new presentation.
Did you like that? Well, good. I hope everybody learned a little bit at least, and it may be something that some of you already knew but haven't seen it maybe in that format.
Yeah, and keep in mind that if your background is not business, this is a good place to be, because this is all automated for you. We have a system to take people through the process. You don't have to be an expert like Steve. Steve has done several tutorials in the back office if you want to dive in and set up a lot of those things. But in my experience in this industry, I just like to invite people to the meeting, do a 3-way call, and they join. And if you're going to really build a business, Steve is here to help you really learn a lot of that. But you don't have to be an expert in business to build this. We have a system and a process in place.
Good. Yeah, it looks like there was a couple questions, or maybe the same person. CRM, customer relations management system or software. Already answered. Girl, boom, boom, boom. All right. Any other questions?
I don't know what that means.
It's a software. Like a lot of people use their Gmail just to send emails and manage their contacts and so forth. But a CRM is a much more robust platform.
So that would be like high level?
Go high level, yes, is the CRM.
Well, why did they say so?
So some of the new faces and new names that I see in here, any questions? Pace, I'm going to put the pressure on you here, man. You were invited by Sam, so you got to shine with a great question for us.
No, I mean, I'm an app developer and a systems designer. I build SaaSes for a living. So like I would have so many questions about the limitations of the software. and integration that could be put into it. Most specifically integrations for insights, right? So putting a chatbot on there and say, hey, can you give me all the customers in my system that have this, that, and the other? So things like that.
You need to talk to Micah.
Are you familiar with Go High Level Pace?
Yeah. I haven't been using it myself, but yeah, I'm pretty well familiar with it. I also have an account with another one of the competitor clones that's trying to be the all-in-one system.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that impresses me, and I've been using it for a while now, is they didn't just build it and then walk away from it and say, what we made 2 years ago is what we have. They're building in, the what's it called? Chat GPT, something like that, the AI stuff. They're building all of that stuff in there. So for $97 a month, to me, it's like it's I couldn't create software to do what that does. Are there other things out there? Yeah, probably. You're gonna be looking, and then you're gonna do what I did a long time ago, which is I'd switch from one to one. I'd try this one out, and it didn't quite have what I want, and I switched to something else. The next best thing is to get a Micah on your team who can just build the software for you, like what we did with Solveres. The software that we have for Solveres is custom built by Micah to do what it does and function the way we need it to function. That there's no CRM out there that could do what it does. Any other questions?
Until we have a question, Steve, I'd like to kind of jump on what you said about Micah, because the system that he brought to the table here, it's not like we're trying to fly a plane while we're building it. His experience as a CEO before he sold his company, this same system that we're using has run millions of transactions, hundreds of thousands of distributors, and you realize when you get in your back office how fast it is. And the exciting thing is, because we're on a tremendous growth curve right now, 100,000 people could come in tomorrow and it wouldn't skip a beat. Now, Micah, locally there in Kentucky, is on a local TV show like Shark Tank, where he invests his own money. He gives advice for investing, and he's just a brilliant guy. And so I'd like him to just take a minute. Micah, say hello. And why Solveres for you, Micah?
You're muted, Micah.
Micah, even though you...
Sorry, I have 2 mute buttons. Sorry.
There you go.
Thank you for the introduction, Mark. And to clarify, I've previously been on the TV show. It's been a couple of years since I've been on there. It's like season 1 and season 2. But Steve, I love the introduction, the new presentation. And, for me, it highlights all the complexities of owning and operating your own business and why you should be at a company like Solveres. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. We've taken care of 99% of all of that for you, where all you have to do is bring in people interested in selling the services, people interested in buying the services, and our software platform takes care of the rest. It automatically pays your commissions, it automatically registers them and funnels them in the proper directions and gets them connected to their appropriate services. But like as Mark said, I've got a long history in software development. My last company was super successful. It was voted the #1 direct sales company in the United States in, I think it was 2014 or 15. And I've been consulted with a lot of direct sales companies over the years, both failures and super successful. And so to answer your question, Mark, why Solveres for me? Direct sales or not, if you're selling a commodity, even if it's a consumable commodity, such as like a medicine or a CBD or something or a soap or something that's needed over and over again, inevitably you're going to do a lot of work to make the initial sale for a low margin item. And if it's consumable, you may get someone on a subscription for a short amount of time. But inevitably, unless it's something super unique or proprietary to you, which is rare, those people are going to move on and buy the same thing from somebody else. So your retention rate of your customers is very short. And all of you know that from being in direct sales and selling products out there. It's, finding a strong company with a good platform is one thing, but the product or service, being unique and proprietary is the other. So when you're talking about scaling an organization, a lot of companies will look and their first goal is, I want to get to $1 million a year. Then I want to get to $10 million a year. Then I want to get to $100 million a year. Then I want to get to $1 billion a year. You know, and very few people make it up there because of a lot of the issues that Steve mentioned in this presentation. There's, and I won't get into all of them, but there's so much stuff about the company that's available. And one of those is product. Anytime you have anything that you ship that you have to make, even if you outsource the production, there's a supply chain that inevitably can be affected by economy. It can be affected by cash flow. Stuff has to be assembled. It has to ship. It has to warranty. There's a lot of tracking and customer service and cost in doing that. With Solveres having training and digital services, scalability is not an issue. So you combine that with a strong software platform and services and products that are unique to us. This is not a company that's easily duplicatable by anybody else. And it is a company that's infinitely scalable. And then when it comes to your customer retention, you're not going to find that you sell someone something, they try it out for a month or two and then go, hey, this is pretty cool, but I'm going to go over here and get it cheaper. They may be able to go out somehow and find all the unique relationships and maybe put something together by signing up for various services that's somewhat comparable, but that work's going to be on them. It's not going to be near as easy as what we've made it. So for a distributor opportunity, this is really an A+ opportunity to be able to come in and grow an organization of customers and distributors that are going to be with you for a long time, and be a good revenue source.
Thank you, Mike. And I also wanted to, all the officers are owners, family people, faith-based, and extremely sharp. And Mike is a substantial owner in the company. It's good to know that we have people that are vested in the company. And there's another gal who's a real estate professional, passionate about nonprofits. And she's just amazing in what she's done in a short period of time with the company. I would like her to just, Deborah, if you don't mind, unmute and just take 30 seconds or a minute. And why Solveres for you? What do you see in this opportunity that's unlike other network marketing companies?
Well, I think that the people that are in Solveres, there's a real heart and soul here, number one. And I have a passion as a real estate broker to work with nonprofits now and to really be able to help nonprofits, their founders, and their supporters. And really, this is an opportunity to be able to give them something to offer their supporters, something of value, and being able to tie all of these different solutions together. I mean, when I heard that 60% of my real estate friends and colleagues are struggling to pay for healthcare, or they're simply going without. And you don't have to go for the health share program. You can have telemedicine and the health perks, which we had a presentation on recently. And that's just an incredible program. It's so affordable for everyone, and it really gives people peace of mind. So it's just constantly we're bringing in incredible solutions as we get new members. And I just think that the opportunity for endless growth, like Micah said, when you've got a company and you have one product or a similar product or service, especially, I'm a health guru. I love the health industry, but I remember, telling people about super blue green algae, and I became more invested in their health than they were. And that was a whole nother job that I didn't want. And this is just, you have a buffet of solutions and you just choose whatever, you're in a regular conversation with someone and they mention a solution need every day, and you just point them to that solution, and then you see them on the call and they join us. So it's a lot of fun.
Deborah, that's a great point when you talked about that. Now, if you notice in this presentation, if you've been to our past presentations, we didn't talk about, multi-levels and circles and all of that kind of stuff, or even building a team. All of the solutions that we have right now, you can create your own business sharing that one solution, right? You don't have to have a team. You don't have to have, a certain PV, BV, and all of that to earn commissions. You can just become a rep and share the one solution. Then you can expand into the other solutions if you want. And then if you want to build a team because you've got your own personal system down and you want to duplicate yourself, you can grow your own team and recruit your teammates and get residual revenues off of that. But again, we're de-emphasizing that, and we want people to look at this and go, this is a legitimate business that I can run like any other business. But then, oh, by the way, I have an opportunity to generate more revenue with these other multi-level components that we have available.
You know, Steve, if you don't mind, I'm going to introduce Bo for a minute, because when I started, well, Bo and I, when we started this, it was like, it was real estate, because that's our background. And it's evolved into so much more with all the people that we have. And Bo has more credentials in real estate than anybody on the planet. He's so personally sold over $600 million worth of real estate and recruited about 500 agents as a national speaker. The guy has done everything. And he's been involved in networking in the past and vowed he'd never do it again. Bo, please say hello. And he's one of our prolific recruiters in Solveres. Bo, say hello. And why Solveres for you?
Hey, Mark. Thanks for the vine. No, I think a little bit of what Deborah was saying. We've got a toolbox. You think yourself as the old doctor back in the old days. You went around the house. He had all of his medicines and everything in his box. You have all these different things that are solutions to help problems. Or I look at it as a carpenter, kind of closer to real estate. I got all these hammers and saws and things. I can go fix anything with all the solutions that we have in Solveres. It started with just a real estate, like you and I said, and we had a winner with the real estate. But we've just looked where we evolved. We had Corona came in and the pandemic came in and hit us. And what are we doing during that? We added some phenomenal people and some phenomenal solutions. And there's more solutions, like Steve's saying, that are coming that are maybe even better than we've got already. It's going to get better over time, everybody. And kind of like what Mark says, don't wait for a couple of years to go by. It's 2025 and we have 1 million people in our program and say, God, I could have got in early 2023. Here we are.
Thank you.
I feel so good. We worked so hard to get this to the launching pad, Mark, that, about what, 2 weeks ago, February 15th is when we really finally got our launch in after the pandemic and everything. And it's going great.
Yeah, it's so many, with the different programs we have, so many insurance agents have joined, dozens of them in the last month. And now we're just releasing the real estate part of it. Hundreds of real estate agents are going to be joining over the next few months. And the way we've designed this with the 2 compensation plans is one for the big hitter that wants to go wide and really create something substantial. What about the gal raising a couple of kids alone that just wants $1,000 a month? We have that system for her too. And like Steve was talking about, you don't smell network marketing. I mean, you look at these people here and you can ask yourself, do I belong? And do I have a future with these people? Well, there's one thing I have to show you and then I'll stop. That is on the website here. Here we go. So this is our website, and you can put your cursor on any of these and flip around and see all the tremendous business programs. And the lead generation, you set the criteria, and you just can't get that anywhere else. So we have the next gen opportunity. You can click on any of these, and what you'll find, you'll go there and you'll see this gentleman, Keith, is unbelievable. He talks about the relationship that he just loves with Solveres. And any one of these, you can click on them and you can see a 4 or 5 minute video. But a really good one that I like is the one that we just put up here, and that is with this gal. This gal goes for about 4 minutes, and you don't have to try to explain to people, well, this is confusing. There's so many solutions, and how do I do this? What do I do? Who is Solveres? What is Solveres? All you have to do is have somebody watch this brand new video that was just put up on the website today, and that will actually create enough interest that it'll help you grow your business. Really, I watched it 8 times today. I'm so excited about it. And there's another one coming. So thank you, Micah, for that. Back to you, Steve.
Yep. Thanks, Mark. I don't see any more questions in the chat. Jane Greenwood, you're so nice. You always have great positive things to say. Thank you. So if we don't have any other questions, we're going to go ahead and close it. We will do this again on Tuesday, but we are going to use the Meet In platform. And so we'll have the link. We'll send out an email to everybody again with the new link. But for the members that are here, you can always go to your back office, click the events calendar link. It'll pull up an embedded calendar and all the events that we have scheduled. just open the event and we'll have the current link there. So that's the best way to do that. Saturday, we're going to have a presentation. I believe that presentation on Saturday is going to be Bo and Deborah talking about their latest real estate initiative. And then I am also going to spend a little time on the technology. I think probably more specifically the Now site or the lead generation software to show some of the members that haven't seen that yet or aren't using it yet. Somebody needs to get rid of that one. The technology and so forth. And then that's really cool about meeting too, is we don't have to worry about this. We can mute everybody and then bring them in one by one, so we don't have these disruptions like we're getting on Zoom. So that's going to be on Saturday. That will be 10 a.m. Pacific time. That would be 1 o'clock Eastern time. And let me also add one thing. So, and more for the members that are here, but when you do become part of Solveres, or if you choose to, these meetings, especially on Saturday, is when we do more deep dives into our solutions. We open it up to a Q&A. Sometimes we're on there for an hour and a half or more because people have a lot of great questions. I highly recommend members start attending the Saturday meeting. That's when we're really able to put out the updates. We'll start scheduling additional meetings like a new member orientation and then maybe just an additional training session during the week. But for right now, come to the Saturday sessions. You're going to get a lot of information. It's not just for new members. I saw Bo's finger come up and I think it was the right one.
Yeah, I just want to invite everybody to come to Deborah's and my presentation about real estate on Saturday, and invite a couple realtors to it. They're going to be blown away. This new program, we're actually going to start the program on March 18th. So last chance for some realtors to get involved in it.
Thanks. What I really like about that, Bo, now, for those of you who don't know Bo, he's old school. And what I like about that, here's an old school person going into a network marketing platform. But his focus and mentality is on relationships. It's talking with people. It's not just using automations and bots and here a person's a number and you run them through this funnel and you never have a conversation. Bo picks up the phone. He's like, I'm not even sure what to do with my email and the CRM. He picks up the phone and calls people. And there is some real value in that. And I think anybody that can learn to do that in addition to utilizing technology is going to be super successful in this business. Mark, I think I saw you say, yep.
I promise 30 seconds and you can end it. But one thing about new solutions coming all the time, let's say you go out and build some teams. Let's say you have 100 or 200 people in your organization and we introduce a new solution. This is something people haven't considered. I've seen this before when somebody introduces new products. You've got a built-in organization. When we release a new solution, that just increases your income. I mean, I sign off on the batches of commissions. We pay every day. And right now in Q2, commissions to go out are about $4,500. We're actually really making a difference right now. So, the one thing that Bo touched on briefly is we will be a household name. The company's debt free. We're capitalized. We're not going anywhere. So I just want you to know, if you invest your time and energy here, you're going to meet a lot of people you like, and you're going to set something, a legacy type residual income. Thank you, Steve.
You bet. All right, everyone. If you have questions, certainly get with the person that invited you here. Otherwise, come on Saturday if you want another look at what we're doing and a deep dive into the real estate and the automation solution. That would be great. Love to see you there. Marissa, were you raising your hand or fixing your hair? Okay, she's good to go. The hair looks great, so I didn't think you were fixing that. All right, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks, Steve. Excellent job.
Recording stopped.
All right. All right, let me turn this off. Let me end this. All right, let's do this. All right. Didn't work. Okay, so let's do this real quick. Da, 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 da. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll talk to you soon. SamSilverSolutions.com. Make it a great day.